Alright, welcome to the first, actually, commute cast. That's what I'm doing. I'm commuting. I'm on my way home after a long, hard day of working hard. And since this is the first one, I wanted to get into, this is the first vlog, first motovlog. I wanted to kind of just jump right into the fire with it. Recently, on YouTube, there's been a little bit of beef going back and forth between motovloggers. Different ones. I'm not going to name any names because that's just ridiculous. I'm not well known enough that I can go around naming names and people are even going to care. So, just that there's beef. The beef in the motovlogging community, it just seems kind of ridiculous to me. Like, whether it's self-inflicted or not, motorcyclists are pariahs. You're on something that most people don't see, most people don't really care about. You're already a marginalized society, so why marginalize yourselves even more? Why get involved with fussing at each other and yelling back and forth and calling people out and blah blah blah? It's like, it's high school to me. Maybe it's because I'm old, maybe it's because I'm an old man, but that's just high school to me. Like, why not? So people don't do how you do. People, their channels are different, their methods are different. They're different. They're not the same as you. That's people in general. There's no reason for just people in general, especially people in a marginalized society, to be at each other's throats like that, whether or not it's warranted. And I'm not saying kiss and make up, because that's just ridiculous. Like, kissing and making up. If you want to kiss, I mean, I don't judge, so you can do that if you want to. But there's like no point. You know, if you have a beef with someone, whether perceived or actual, then reach out to that person. Be an adult and reach out to that person and say, hey, guess what? You know, you're different. You hurt my feelings. Maybe touchy-feely. So maybe that's about the same thing as kissing and making up. But there's no, like, I don't get it. Like, it's almost like Bloods and Crips-ish. You know, it's like gangs going back and forth at each other. It's like, why bother? Why are you wasting your time coming down on someone who's different than you? Who doesn't do things the way you do? Who's like, maybe they ticked you off. Maybe they made a joke. Maybe their sarcasm game is weak. Maybe the force is not strong in that one. But at the same time, it doesn't mean, so what? So get over it. Get over yourself. You know, figure out a way to be, I don't turn the other cheek. But there's like no point. There's nothing that's going to turn me off faster from something. And, I mean in general. From whether it's from anything, whether it's a TV show or if it's a motovlog or whatever, there's nothing that's going to turn me off faster from that than just bickering. Because I don't care. I don't have the same beef that you have with that person. That beef doesn't affect me. I don't care about that beef. I don't care about your problems with that person. Again, whether they're perceived or if they're actual, I don't care. You're not there. If you have a problem with someone, then go to that person. Don't sit there and expect me, as a viewer, sometimes paid, depending on, you know, your level of support with Patreon and all the other. Don't expect me as, like, on occasion, a paid viewer to watch you have a tiff with someone else, with someone who you don't like. I don't care. I don't care. And that, more than anything, is what's going to cause someone like me, anyway, to just stop, like, tune out, for all intents and purposes. I'm done with you at that point. And it doesn't even have to be beef with me. I don't give a shit if it's beef with me or not. I'm not saying that I'm some macho that, oh, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. But, again, I figure I'm old enough, I'm mature enough to know that, you know what, it's not worth my time. You're not. If you don't like this, like, for instance, this video here, it's my first time. If you don't like it, you know what, then be constructive. criticize. I don't care, because that's going to help me get better. If you don't like the fact that I'm talking about things that I may not know anything about, if you don't like the fact, hell, that whatever, maybe the sound quality is bad, maybe the video quality is bad, maybe the motorcycle sucks, maybe I'm following this truck too closely, maybe you're scared that that tailgate's going to fall off, maybe I'm scared that that tailgate's going to fall off. If that's the case, if you have a problem with it, then tell that person. Just say, hey, guess what, man? I got a problem. This is my issue. That was ridiculous. Here's my issue with you. You know, this is it. We can either talk about it or I can just ignore you. You know, I'd like you in my world. I've met you. I've hung out with you. So let's be buddies. How's that? Can we be friends? Right? That's how hard it is. Like you learn that in kindergarten. Share. Now, you know, now tell this person how you're feeling and tell that other person how you're feeling. And now you two are friends again. That's it. That's how much trouble it is. Or you can make a series of videos talking about the person, and then all the people that you hang out with on a normal basis can make videos talking about the person, and then the person can make videos talking about you, and the people that person hangs out with can make videos talking about you and the people that you hang out with, and it can just go on and on and on, and pretty soon every single motovlogger is divided into like 2 or 3 camps, where it's like, oh, are you blah blah, it's like, oh, are you a Coltrane fan, or are you a what's the other guy, crap. You know what I'm saying? That's like what it turns into. It turns into like no, there shouldn't be. There isn't. There's no reason for it. Just get along. Why can't we all just get along? Maybe that's a plea. Maybe I want world peace. Maybe I'm just naive and stupid because that's the kind of thing that I would want. I'd want somebody to come to me if they thought that I have a problem, because that's what I do with people. If I think you have a problem with me, if I hear, hey, if I heard you said, then I'm going to come to you. I'm going to say, hey, is this true? And if you say it's true, it's like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, and vice versa. That's all there is to it. It's about being an adult. It's about not wrecking somebody else, not letting someone else wreck your game. It's about the fact that, face it, you got to stick together. We all have to stick together. That's basically what it boils down to. You're a motorcyclist. You should be looking out for each other. You should watch out for motorcycles. Yeah. You should watch out for motorcycles. I think that's maybe what that bumper sticker means. That irks me to no end. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if some people are cool with it. Oh, it's this little friendly competition, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because everyone has their own style. Everybody's got their own style. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody's got their own way of doing things. You know, hell, you might like vegetable oil. I might like olive oil. You might like grapeseed oil. You might like freaking Pam spray-on oil. Everyone has their own way of doing things. Everybody. And everybody is entitled to their own way of doing things. Just because you do something different than I do doesn't mean that I'm doing it wrong. And just because you do something different doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. Do it however, as long as it gets done, as long as we all stay safe, as long as I don't get hit by this Toyota, that's all that matters, right? That's it. As long as you all get along, as long as we all like share the information. You get out there, you share information, you let the community grow, you help others, you know, you do nice things, you treat people the way you'd want to be treated. There we go. That's what it gets down to. That's absolutely what it gets down to. Because honestly, how hard is it to just be nice? Like, how hard is it to just say, you know what, I don't like what you said. I don't like what you said. I'm going to come talk to you. I'm going to explain to you that I don't like what you said. I'm not going to make a series of videos explaining why you're dead to me. I'm not going to make a series of videos explaining why people should either back me or you. I'm not going to have my friends make a series of videos explaining why you're not cool anymore and I'm still relevant and my content is tired and your content is tired, and there's no reason. You know what? If you think someone's content is tired, then come up with your own content. Come up with your own content, or send that person a message and say, hey, you know what? Could you possibly cover this from your point of view? How about that? How about your life experience is different than mine? I'd really honestly like to hear what you have to say, because there's people all over the world who have different experiences. And your opinion's valid. God, that's so Stuart Smalley. But that's what it boils down to. Everybody's opinion's valid. Otherwise, you're not growing. Otherwise, you're just stuck in your garage. You're editing videos. You're stuck in your garage. You're stuck on your group rides with the same, 20 people, and you're not learning anything. And that is when you stagnate. That's when you might as well just give up. If you're not learning anything, then what the hell is the fucking point? Open up your eyes to the world. Understand that people are different. People can do the same thing in 1,000 different ways. My wife doesn't like how I do laundry. It gets clean. I just do it differently than her. I believe that whites and darks should mix. I don't have a problem with that. It's a consequence. She thinks I do laundry wrong. I just do it my way. That's all. I'm all ebony and ivory. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Just be nice. Because, it's, like I said, you're already marginalized. You're already, you're a hooligan. I don't care what kind of motorcycle, well, depending on the motorcycle, you're already lumped into a group. People are already forming opinions about you. So, why reinforce the stereotype? And have beef and all that other Motovlog Beef. Seriously? You're a YouTube star. Why? So? It's like rat beef. I don't have any beef. There's no beef. I don't have any beef. Excuse me. Is that a motorcycle? I don't want to see the hit. That's it doesn't... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is just me. Maybe I'm just ridiculous. It's a ninja. Hey, what's up? That was the first, can you cast? I don't think I'm going to call it that. I'm not going to number them. How's that? We're not going to number them because I'll lose track. I'm really bad at math, and counting in a linear fashion is not something I enjoy doing. So, I'm not going to number them. I might come up with a catchy title or something. Yeah, watch out for motorcycle. Anyway, if you liked it, if you want to hear more of my ranting and raving and my Stuart Smalley-esque monologues, then, subscribe and blah and all that other stuff. And you don't have to worry about sending me money because I don't have a Patreon account.